If we're honest with ourselves, we all know what we should do first thing in the morning to create an amazing day. But why don't we do it? What do we do instead? Lay in bed and scroll through our phones?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
We know plenty of people that do that. Now, maybe you're like me, and when my eyes open in the first thing in the morning, I jump out of bed, and that's great.
Walk that back for a second.
What?
Because when your alarm goes off at 4 a.m.,
sometimes
you jump out of bed.
Typically, I jump out of bed at 3:30, quarter to 4. But like today, the alarm went off at 4, and I really didn't want to get out of bed, but I did.
Okay.
But the point is this. What do you, if you're an early riser like me, or you have no problem getting out of bed, what's the first thing you do when you leave the bedroom?
Literally answer that question for us in the comments below.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do in the morning?
That's a good question.
The very first thing. Because if you fail to conquer your mornings, you risk the chance to have the retirement you dreamed of and just idle away the years of your life just by forgetting what you did every morning.
So today we're going to give you what you need to have, some guidelines to live each day better than the one before. Now, we hear from people like, I'm not a morning person, this isn't going to work. Well, I would say, what do you mean by you're not a morning person? At some point, you have to wake up. So this is about what is the first thing you do and the next 2 or 3 things. When you wake up, it could be 5, it could be 4, it could be 7. The thing is, getting into a routine, you're not a morning person, we all have to wake up and get out of bed.
Did anyone notice Mark's max on that was 7?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be 8. It could be 9. It could be whatever works for your body clock. But again, the point is, what do you do the first thing you wake up in the morning to really set your day up for success?
Right. Now, a lot of people push back too and say, I've been doing the same thing for years. I enjoy laying in bed, doing my phone and everything else. It's really hard to change habits. And I'll tell you, it is not. You just have to have the desire. Listen, this video is about learning how not to be lazy. There is no benefit to going through your retirement, laying in bed every day and scrolling and having a lazy life. This is about getting you out of that to have a more fulfilling life. And people push back too and say, I've tried this morning routine before and I failed. What would you say to that?
I would say you haven't tried the right morning routine for you and you haven't done it with intention. Morning routines don't just show up like they did when you were in your career or raising children or whatever you did in your life with a schedule. Morning routines in retirement take you being intentional.
It's awesome. Now, if you're new here, I'm Mark, and this is my wife, Jody.
And we don't focus on the financial aspects of retirement, but rather your lifestyle, your health, your relationships, and more.
Now, we hope you like this video, and if you do, please do us a favor and forward it to someone in your life that you care about, that you think would benefit from the information here today as well. Now, my morning routine during my career honestly was awful. I got up early. But I'd get up, and I'd typically get up before 5, make a pot of coffee, and from 5 to 5:30, I'd scroll my phone, I'd have coffee, watch the news for 30 minutes. 5:30 comes around, you're not up yet, so I do the same thing all over again. Another cup of coffee, more emails, more phone, more Facebook, till 6. Then you would normally get up and come down, and then we would watch the news together. So this is the 3rd time I'm watching the same news. But we didn't really do anything. We sat.
Right.
And then at 6:30, what happened?
Well, at 6:30, we would shower and go to work, really.
Scurry. We
or,
would just,
when the kids were little, it would be packing lunches, getting, homework together, getting soccer crap together, whatever it was. But at 6:30, it was kind of go time for us. But really, for you, between 5 and 6:30, not a lot happened.
No, and that's changed dramatically. We do not lay in bed and scroll on our phones. We really have an amazing morning routine that I think we're going to talk about in a minute. But before we jump into what you need to do so that your day doesn't become a lazy day, why do people have such a hard time making this change?
Well, I think you alluded to the first reason is people are just resistant to change. Humans are creatures of habit, like it or not, and any change, especially in the morning when energy and willpower are at their lowest sometimes, it can be hard, and we do understand that.
The other reason that people they resist change, but the other reason that they quit is they don't get immediate results. Now, if you decide I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym, and you go to the gym for 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then on Saturday you look in the mirror and nothing's happened, you're like, that's not going to help, so I don't do it anymore.
Right.
That you're not going to always get immediate results. Long term, you're going to get amazing results.
I think the opposite of that is another reason why people fail is sometimes they have overambitious goals. Some people set overly ambitious goals for their morning routine and a long list of tasks to accomplish even before breakfast. And sometimes if you don't tick everyone off, you just kind of say, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, so you have to be careful with that. You have to have realistic goals that, listen, if you're going to start going to the gym, here's a realistic goal. I'm going to go 3 days this week. That's it. Don't talk about building muscle, losing weight, feeling more energy. Just go three days in the week, and then do it again next week and the next week. In a month, you'll notice a change.
Right.
The other reason that people fail at this is because they don't plan it out and there's no structure. If you want to go to the gym in the morning, I'm sure you've heard this before, and if you have, I want you to hear it again. You put your clothes out the night before. You leave your keys out for the car. You get yourself set up so that you've planned and there's structure, so you're not just wondering, what are you going to do in the morning?
Yeah, there's nothing worse than waking up in time to go to the gym and then realizing, oh, my clothes are still in the washer. They still need to get in the dryer. I still have to walk the dog. I still, all the things.
You're not going to go.
And really, those things you put in front of it all become like excuses. I mean, I can't think of a nicer word for it.
So let's talk about how everyone can set themselves up for success and not have a lazy life.
So I think the first thing to do would be to establish a wake-up ritual. The first moments after waking up are pivotal in setting the day's tone.
Right. So the first thing you want to do is get used to waking up the same time every day.
Do you mean every day?
Every day.
5 days?
Let's say
or 7 days?
Okay.
I mean, every day.
So we're retired, right? We're retired. Maybe you're retired, maybe not. But I think we love having Monday through Friday is one routine, and weekends we reserve for weekend time, right? So we don't.
I would say so.
We get up whenever we wake up on weekends. But Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, I believe it's really good to get up at the same time. Mm-hmm. 7, 7:30, 8, whatever it is. And if you get up before that, great. But when you have a routine, you get up every day at the same time, then you have a ritual. Get out of bed, lay there, open your eyes, count 3, 2, 1, get out of bed, leave the room. Or open the curtains to let in natural light. If you need an alarm clock, make some noise that's like an uplifting sound, not like, I can't even do it, I choked myself. Maybe come in the living room or the next room, do some breathing exercises, do 10 jumping jacks, but do something, a ritual that you have every morning.
One of the other things I would add to that as we age, when you sleep, sometimes you wake up and you feel a little stiff. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you feel that stiffness, you might say, oh, maybe I shouldn't go to the gym. I mean, if you take a minute to stretch, right. Like as soon as you get out of bed, in your jammies, not in your jammies, whatever you wear to bed, do your stretching. Your blood starts to flow and you kind of get moving a lot quicker.
That's a good idea.
So I would add that.
I think at the end, we should share our really quick bullet points, our morning routine and how it is now and how it helps us.
Absolutely.
The second thing you need to do, absolutely positively, when you get up first thing in the morning, is drink 12 ounces of water with lemon in it if you want. But just jumping up and having a cup of coffee first thing, that's not good. Your body is starving for hydration. Right. You really need to do that.
Yeah, it's really important to, during your sleep hours, let's say you sleep for 8 hours and you don't get up unless you go to the bathroom or whatever. I mean, your body has been, starved of hydration for those 8 hours and you need more hydration. So maybe try to avoid caffeine till at breakfast or after breakfast. And I would say that's probably after you've done your workout. Or moving your body.
First thing, get out of bed.
Drink your water.
Drink 12 ounces of water, 100%.
Yeah. All right, the next thing is, it's very important in your mindset to prioritize physical movement. Physical activity in the morning can boost energy levels and boost your mental clarity. Doing a quick circuit of even body weight exercise, incorporate some yoga or stretching. Take a brisk walk or run. I know I have to do that every morning with Ruby because we have an 8-month-old puppy. Engage in even a dance routine or something in the morning to get you moving and to uplift your mindset.
We've been getting up early and moving for a number of years now, and it's different in Connecticut than it is in Florida. But for 5 years, I used an app called Freeletics, and if you've been watched some of her older videos, I swore by it. But in October, you and I both upped our game by going to a gym that does
boot camp.
Mm-hmm. So it's different. For me, it's 5 days a week. But that workout is much, much harder than me doing the one I used to do with my app in the garage. But physical movement is critical. Get out of bed, drink your water, and then move.
Absolutely.
All right. The fourth thing you should do is set some clear daily goals. And you might think, oh gosh, they're always talking about goals. Well, when we sit and have our coffee time together, which is between 6 and 6:30, because our paths crossed, but at that point, what are we doing today? What are you doing today on your own? What are you doing today on your own? We have really clear goals, and we set 3 or 4 priorities for the day that we need to get done or individually need to get done.
It also allows us an opportunity to share maybe some heavier tasks in the day. Like, for example, if I have 6 returns that have to go back to FedEx and I know you're going out and about, I can offload them on you, which I do quite often.
You do, but I don't mind. I don't mind
Right.
doing that. And
Right.
you don't like doing that.
I don't.
So that's
I
the
don't.
other thing. We're really, got really clear on who does what around the house and who likes to do what. So we
And
split it that way.
that gets planned in our daily activities and goals.
So each morning we do that.
The next one is practice mindfulness or meditation. And I know we'll get pushback on this, but mental clarity is the key to overcoming laziness and procrastination. And that's what this video is about, right? We don't want you to be lazy at this phase of your life. So engaging in short meditation or a deep breathing session, we both use the app. There's the Calm app, there's the Headspace app, to really visualize your day and what success is going to look like for you. Spend a moment deep in gratitude to set a positive tone for your morning, and maybe, perform a body scan. Just, where am I feeling a little tension? Where am I feeling a little aches and pains? Kind of be kind to your body as you wake up in the morning before you hit the road and get moving.
I love that. Some people read scripture, which is great. That's their form of meditation. But what you just said about being kind to your body, I think that's really important, to give yourself a little bit of time after you've got out of bed, drank your water, did some exercise. Just sit in quiet and say, this is what I feel, this is what I don't feel, this is what I need to do today to take better care of myself.
Absolutely.
The other thing to do is really to think about your long-term goals. And when we put this video together, you said, well, do you do that every day? Well, my long-term vision for my physical wellness is to be physically independent at the age of 90. That drives my behavior every day on my nutrition, my exercise, my
Your
hydration, my happiness, because I know if I do what I'm supposed to do, I will be physically independent at the age of 90.
Well, it definitely helps you align the tasks of today with your longer term objectives if you have that big overarching vision, which you do. And we actually recommend everybody do. And we're creating right now a vision tool to maybe help with that and see if we can come up with maybe a 1-day quick hit, get your vision down.
So I'll share my morning routine that I use that prevents me from having a lazy life. I get up at 4, sometimes naturally before that, but the alarm goes off at 4. I come out, I have a cup of coffee, half an apple, peanut butter, read some scripture, write in my journal, do a little meditation. 4:45, I'm off to the gym. Do that, I come back at 6, and you're just getting up.
Right. So I do not get up at 4. I am not a 4 a.m. girl. I am not a 5 a.m. girl. I get up at 5:45. And the first thing I do is I get up, my clothes are already laid out, so I immediately throw on my workout clothes, brush my teeth. I'm hoping you brush your teeth.
Well, I lay out my workout clothes too, and I do brush my teeth.
And then I grab Ruby and we go for a walk because, she's been in her crate all night. She needs to get out. So I get out and I get walking. I come back in and have my 12 ounces of water. And then Mark gets home and we have 1 cup of coffee together. So I do actually have my caffeine before my breakfast because we sit and have a cup of coffee and kind of go through our day. And then I'm off to the gym.
So that 6 to 6:30 is kind of our time.
Yep. And then I'm off to the gym. And then when I get back, it's, the day's kind of laid out. I've already got some energy. I usually take Ruby on a longer walk at that point, 2.5 miles or so.
We'll also spend another 15, 20, 30, 45 minutes together when you come back from the gym.
Sometimes.
Just to kind of, we don't want to rush through the day.
while we're retired.
Yeah, but we do enjoy our mornings. It sets us up to have the most amazing day ever. And what we really want you guys to think about is bring something into your morning routine. One thing. The one thing could just be the first step. Get out of bed and go into a different room. And do that for a week. And then add something on top of that. Do your water. Then add something on top of that. Do some journaling. But
Right.
it really is important to do that, right?
Really, because remember, how you start your day often determines how you're going to live your day. And at this stage of the game, we want to live every day to the fullest. So cliche to say, but taking charge of your mornings, and you will take charge of your life.
So we hope you like this video. This next one, why a morning routine is essential for a happy and successful retirement. We dig a little bit deeper on how to put one of these morning routines in place with self-discipline and willpower, and helps you build a consistent routine that you can use day in and day out. So watch this one next.